Hi, everyone. I'm Stephanie Klepner, and I'm Vice President at Schoolwide. I'm so excited to be here with you today to talk to you about a resource that I know will make a big difference in your instruction, which is Fundamentals Unlimited, or FundU as we often call it. Many of you are already using the platform to access Schoolwide's reading and writing resources, but today I want to walk you briefly through an overview of the site, some support tools to help you navigate it, and what's coming soon to support your instruction. But first, for those who have never been to the site, welcome. What can you actually access? So, first and foremost, you have access to all of our units across reading, writing, content literacy, even decodable text and foundational skills units. And it's not just the units, you've got thousands and thousands of teaching resources and assessments. And then you have over 1,500 short shared texts and ebooks for independent reading and small group work. So, let's talk about what you can actually do on the site. First, as I mentioned, this is a place to access your school-wide units digitally. So no more flipping through binders or digging around for appendices. You can find them all right in your digital unit. And you can even personalize those different graphic organizers and anchor charts and other resources through Google Docs that are available for all of those hard copies that you have in your teacher's manual of these student appendices. And this can make a huge difference in differentiation. You can also use our e-reader to explore all of the different short texts and interact with those texts as well through that tool. You're able to view and download lots and lots of assessments, those found in your teacher's manuals in hard copy, but also ones that are available only on Fundamentals Unlimited across reading, writing, and grammar and phonics. And finally, you can use the site to collaborate. FundU allows you to create folders of content, organize resources, and then even share them with your colleagues so your grade level team or your PLC can work together. We ask teachers why they love coming onto the site. What are their favorite resources they use time after time? And I thought I'd share with you what the teachers say. First and foremost are accessing those units. That allows for fast lesson planning. Teachers love being able to open up their unit, grab their appendices that they need to access or even edit them, and pair them with short texts or passages from the e-reader. Second is accessing some of your mentor text digitally. We have connections to the online archive library called openlibrary.org, where about a third to half of your mentor texts are available to borrow for free in digital format. This allows you to pull your mentor text up on your smartboard or access them when you might not have the hard copy format of them. Third, you have access to so many short texts that you could share through your Google Classroom with other kids, or you can print them out and use them for independent reading or small groups. This is a great way to access different texts for kids that are reading at different grade levels from kindergarten all the way through eighth grade. You have access to all of those different levels. Next, you have writing samples. On Fundamentals Unlimited, you'll see a button that says Eval. Eval offers benchmark pieces and sample student writing. And also on the resources tab, there's additional drafts of student writing across the three different text types from the standards. So it allows you to be able to show models to your kids and see them for yourself. And finally, teachers really appreciate just the access to the thousands of different teaching resources through our filtering tools. So instead of having to go to Teachers Pay Teacher or Pinterest to find a graphic organizer that might support your kids that are reading a grade or two below or above your grade, you can access those by filtering and searching through those teaching resources. So, if this is your first time coming to the site, or if you need a refresher for how to walk through the site and access everything, this is where I would stop and start watching. The video that you can click here will allow you to do that and really see step by step how to access the site. But for those of you who are sticking with me, let's dig a bit into some of the lesser known but most used resources on the site. So, multilingual learner supports. If you have English learners in your student population, FundU has a dedicated section for supporting those students. You'll find scaffolds, anchor charts, student forums, and modeling resources designed specifically with multilingual learners in mind. And the best part, they're really great resources, not just for those English learners, but also for any student who needs additional modifications. To find them, you'll navigate to the Teaching Resources section on FundU and use the resource type filter to select multilingual resources. Fundamentals Unlimited is not just for classroom teachers. We've built in resources and professional books and supports for school leaders and coaches as well. On the platform, administrators can find tools for leading a culture of literacy. Things like classroom environment walkthrough templates and checklists, team collaboration guides, and action plan frameworks. There are even some resources on best practices like gradual release of responsibility, videos you can watch to support consistency and instruction across the school or district. And you can find all of these across the Teaching Resources tab, but also on the Text tab, there's a section that you can filter called Professional Learning. And these provide you with these digital professional books that you can access. I mentioned the e-reader earlier, but I wanted to pause on it for a moment. This is one of the most exciting tools on FundU. The e-reader gives you access to more than 1,500 digital texts, from full books to short mentor passages. The interface is newly designed, making it simple for both teachers and students to navigate. And if you're new to this, don't worry because you can click on this tutorial, which will provide you with a step-by-step guide to how to use the e-reader and really how to interact with it and how kids can interact with it and see teaching tips embedded in these different ebooks as well. Another feature that I mentioned before that teachers really appreciate is accessing mentor texts digitally. Through Open Library, again, an online archive library, many of our mentor texts are available online, and you can find a complete listing with direct links right here if you click on this link. We are constantly updating the site and adding to FundU, and I wanted to give you a quick sneak peek before we end of what's to come. First, we're adding new classroom environment and student writing examples. These are designed to give inspiration to you and real world models to bring back to your classroom of what other classrooms look like and what student writing looks like. Teachers tell us how helpful seeing these examples are. So we have been updating and gathering these from different partner districts across the country to share with you. And more will be added on Fundamentals Unlimited. Also, we're launching a brand new set of differentiated resources. These are going to be interactive documents, which will be housed on the site, which will curate unit resources, things like lessons, anchor charts, assessments, student practice pages that are below and above grade level. So, for example, if you're teaching grammar in second grade and you're focusing on end mark punctuation, you may have some kids that still need to practice those end mark punctuation skills from kindergarten and first grade. So these resources will support you with links directly to those tools and lessons. Well, we're going to be starting with the grammar resources, but moving into reading and writing supports as well throughout the year. We will be sure to send communications out when they're available. So, what else is coming? In addition to creating the curriculum supports for differentiation across grammar and the genres and text types, we will also be adding short texts across different themes and topics and levels to support your readers. And we'll be updating our unit planners and pacing guides based on feedback and input from teachers who are using our resources. So keep an eye for those, which will be out on the unit overviews for all of our units. There's lots of good stuff coming. Before we wrap up, I want to remind you that you're not on your own on FundU. If you have any questions, need help navigating the site, or want more personalized support, please reach out. You can contact me directly or contact our sales and professional learning teams at these emails provided. We're here to make sure you and your students get the very most out of Fundamentals Unlimited. Thanks so much for your time. Bye-bye.